Okay, guys, welcome back. It's, as you can see, there's not enough hours in the day. It's kind of dark out.
It's dark, sorry.
This podcast episode, you're going to hear some nighttime bugs.
Maybe the whippoorwill.
Kind of exciting. So there's a plus to a nighttime porch podcast would be whippoorwill, nighttime bugs, fireworks. That's also a big plus. So Dollywood here in might not make that one in this one because it's like 9:42 is when Dollywood. So listen, guys, we're really lucky. We get to listen to and see fireworks every night here on the porch. 9:42 Dollywood all through the summer.
Yes.
Still going off right now.
And other people. That's not Dollywood.
Amateurs. Those are amateurs. But anyway, guys, welcome back to the Porch Podcast. I think this is 10?
Episode 10.
Episode 10, Season 1. I think what we'd planned to do was maybe get to like Episode 12 and then end Season 1 on 12. And then it's up to you guys at home whether you want to see Season 2 and then, 12 more episodes of Season 2. We're just up in the air on that one. Just depends on what you guys need to hear. We've gotten through quite a bit of stuff, but as far as the towing, I'm sure there's a lot more that we could get. There is. There's a lot of things. And it's like, I'm surprised that here we are, episode 10, and we haven't run out of things to talk about. That just shows how long-winded both of us can be, I think. It's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of... I try to monitor those questions and see what you guys want to hear and want to know about. And there's still a ton of stuff. A lot of you guys have said you wanted more information on trucks. I've heard more information on dollies, what those look like, how those get deployed. So there's a lot of still tow-related things that we haven't gotten to that hopefully we'll get into that maybe Season 2. Sure. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we're here, episode 10, and we've got a list to go through, and we're going to listen to some nighttime bugs, and it's going to be relaxing, and hopefully we can get through it without call. So Coven's not here to manage some phones, so we're going to try our best here. Normally we've got him to help us out in the evenings, but he's got some more pressing matters here this afternoon that took him away from us. So if the phone rings on an emergency call, we're going to have to cut this one short, and we'll have to boogie on out of here. But without further ado, let's try to see if we can get through some. What's first on the agenda? Maybe address the elephant in the room. Jeff trimmed his beard. No, I got a haircut. I did not. Well, I do. So I try to keep it manageable. I mean, obviously, I try to keep it manageable. But anyway, You keep yours tamed, and I want mine like fluffy, or like big hair. I want like fluffy. The fluffier my hair is, the better. Not the big hair. I think. Well, my hair is like... Oh, the security light came on. I wonder if the cat's coming. Sorry, squirrel. We've got a little cat, too, that we've been trying to not coerce. I don't know what we're trying to do with this cat. But anyway, we've got this stray cat, this wild cat that has been up. And so for the last month, between us and Coven, we've been feeding it, trying to make sure it's okay and healthy. And maybe we'll bring it to the channel if we ever get close enough to gain its trust. It seems friendly. Because we'll see it and we can approach it and get within maybe 20 to 30 feet of it, and it sits there and watches. It doesn't run away, and you kitty it, and it looks at you. So. It's funny because we'll put out some cat food, and then we'll run in and monitor the cameras, and so we get to see. And it's often the cat and the possum and the raccoon. And, we try to bring it in and try to keep an eye on it and make sure that we're not feeding all the wildlife. We're just trying to feed the cat. But she or he, we're not sure which yet, but she's pretty skinny and she's been wandering around for about a month. So we're trying to help her out. But anyway, God, we got totally off subject there. Off subject. I know, like I said, I'm like a squirrel. But yeah, my hair. So I've been having problems with my hair. It was falling out and stuff, and I don't know. It was just really stringy. I mean, you're old, so I am old. Yes, I am. Hair falls out when you're old. Hair falls out. It was really stringy looking, and I went to get a haircut, and this lady
the lady that cut my hair said, I think this would look good on you, and she cut it, and it looks way better because it was like I couldn't even wear it down because I looked like a witch, like a scary witch, not a fun witch, but the scary cauldron stirring witch. That's what I look like with my skin.
It's tough. Like I said, when we get old, things are different, and you start losing some of the. I've got the receding hairline thing going. It's getting close, and then of course you guys at home are always giving me a hard time about the gray, and I've got the 2 streaks, and I thought for the longest time you would dye it, but then you see the man that like dyes the beard, and it's awful. No.
And at this point, it's like everybody knows, everybody sees the gray in the beard, and if you were to dye it, it would just be extremely obvious, like way, way more obvious.
We're way too involved in this YouTube channel for me to change any of this. It's either there or it goes away. There's no in between. There's no fancy. So
no.
But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And Kristen's always had a hard time finding someone that could cut curly hair. So
yes, I've been going to Kaylee, and she was cutting my hair, but at that point, it's all falling out and everything. And like there's really nothing she could do, it's like it's just give it some shape and it will be just fine.
So get the vitamins going, you try to get into a healthier state, and then all of a sudden hair starts growing back.
It is growing back, and I've got like these little short pieces up here, and so anyway, the girl was trying to blend it all together. I think she did a good job, and it will grow out and hopefully grow out thicker, and I think it will be great. I'm excited about that.
So we are, I'm not. Kristen's trying to get into a healthier state. I, on the other hand, just take up the slack in eating more, but we do need to try to get there. You know what? We go on some of these recoveries. Like today, I went and helped Jerry out with some plumbing crazy stuff, and we'll bring that to the main channel. You guys will see what we were into. But traversing this stuff straight up and down, mountains and cliffs, and trying to do this rigging, and you try to stay as healthy as you can. But boy, if you're out of shape, you will huff and puff. So if you don't want to hear me huffing and puffing on the channel, I need to do a better job on trying to stay in shape and getting healthier. But
it's kind of hard to eat salads right now.
Do not eat the salad.
Try and that's a salad.
Stay away from the salad. So listen, if Taco Bell takes lettuce off the menu, it's bad.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Don't do it.
And while we're talking about being old, I went and got my glasses. I had to go and get my prescription checked out on my glasses, and the appointment just happened to fall on my birthday. So I'm in there, and she's like, she said, I had to write down the quote because I knew I had to word it the exact same way that she said. She said, "You're at the right age for bifocals. Do you want bifocals?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want bifocals. Come on."
But you're at the right age.
You're at the right age. Like.
And this is your birthday, mind you. So she goes in to get glasses on her birthday, and then the lady says, "You're at the right age for these bifocals."
For bifocals.
You're old.
I'm not as old as you. No, I did not get bifocals. I don't need bifocals.
I probably need bifocals.
I just need them for distance. And she said, "We don't need them, but if you want them, you can have them." I'm like, "No, thank you. No, thank you." But you are older than me by 30 days.
30 whole days.
30 days. But everyone says I look older, but I've gotten that my entire life. You look older than what you are, and all this stuff. And it's like maybe I need a neck lift. Maybe I should grow my chin hairs to maybe underneath your beard you've got a floppy neck too.
You just can't see my floppy neck.
It's beneath the beard.
You got to use the tape. So if you put the tape on the back of your neck to stretch it back to make it's youth, isn't it?
need to get the sewing needles in there. But no, my entire life, everybody is always, even when I was a kid, do you remember Outer Limits when we were kids?
Yeah, you had to be a certain age to get into this.
14 to get into the Outer Limits.
And
it was a teen club.
It was a teen
14
club.
14 to 18.
I wish we had more of those things because growing up, that was so beneficial to our well-being.
Right. Something to do, generally safe place. As long as you stayed inside, it was a safe place.
But it was just a cool thing, growing up, we did skating ring. Mom and dad could drop you off at the skating ring. Friday night, Saturday night, and even Sunday sometimes, and we would, it was a safe place where everyone could get together as far as, friends and
it gave you an activity to do too. So you're kind of exercising, and you had an official thing that you were supposed to be doing. The bowling alley. You used to go to the bowling alley.
We used to get dropped off at the bowling alley.
Yes.
It's just one of those things. But it was called the Outer Limits, and it was just a huge building, and it was portioned off. It had basketball where you could get together and you could play basketball with a bunch of guys, gals. It was the next section was a dance floor,
huge dance floor with
DJ, and then they had like a giant living room, basically,
and
tons
I think
of
they had
couches
video games and stuff there that you could play. And then they had like a little snack bar where you could go hang out, like bar stools and stuff. So you go sit at the bar, and drink your Kool-Aid. And
so that's a cool thing, from a week's worth of school that was very stressful, and you're trying to get through. It was just a place that mom and dad could drop you off, and everybody could come together. And for me, it was I was from a different city, so I still attended, the Outer Limits, but it was fun.
We never ran into each other there because you had to be 14 to go there, but I was 12. And like I said, I always looked older. So I was 12 and 13, and I could get in there. They would just let me in. I would go with my older sister, and, we would go in. And one night I was there, and I saw a girl that I knew from junior high. She was my age. She was also 12. And we saw each other, and we weren't really friends. We knew knew each other, but we weren't really friends. And she got busted. She got busted for being 12 and not supposed to be in there, and they dragged her out, and she made eye contact with me as they're making her leave, and she was a real one. She didn't rat me out. So thank you, Lisa Tyree, for not ratting me out that night at the Outer Limits and letting me stay there.
It was such a cool place.
So much fun.
Like I made a lot of new friends, and it's just something that I guess our younger youth here is just not. It's just something that we don't have. And
they don't need that to connect to people their age. They've got the internet.
Once the internet was born, it was it was just a totally different thing for.
Things kind of died.
But I still think the in-person interaction is I think it's still way more valuable than a social media platform where you're staring at that phone and so growing up was amazing. I'm certainly glad that we grew up in the era that we did, and let us know, guys, what you think on that stuff. How did you grow up? Did you have any of the teen clubs? Did you have any of the certainly everyone had a skating ring and
right, or a bowling alley, or the swimming pool in the summer. Oh my gosh, the pool. You had the little pool pass, and
that was we did a lot of cool things, and you rode your bicycle till the street lights come on, and
all the kids in the neighborhood.
You
had the one parent that had popsicles that would let you go to the garage and get popsicles out of the garage freezer. So
it's totally different the way we were brought up, and then the way our kids are brought up, and like I said, wouldn't change a thing. We had an absolute blast, but
we certainly did.
What else we got here today?
Let's see here. Got all this stuff here.
So I'm going to switch gears and talk about these truck cutouts, I guess. If you've ever ordered anything from us, I want to say us, but like I have zero participation in this. Like if you have gotten a cardboard cutout in a various color for whatever occasion that or whatever season might be out there, and you've gotten a handwritten note, it has not been any doing of mine. It has been Kristen, and that's turned out to be a really cool thing, because I have gotten a lot of private messages. I've got a lot of text messages, emails saying, this is just really cool. I've ordered a t-shirt, hat, sweatshirt, lanyard, sticker, whatever it is that you guys have ordered from us, and I've got this handwritten thank you note, even a more personalized note that I have cherished. And I've heard a lot of people say I've put this thing, I've hung it on my refrigerator.
I've gotten pictures in the reviews on my Etsy shop of
that's
on the refrigerator.
So that's all this. This gal right here, she's trying to. But we appreciate you guys.
We do.
That's what you've done today, right?
I spent a couple hours last night doing it and a couple hours today doing it, and I just cut out like seasonal stuff, like summertime, and then this one just has cars on it, and I've got fall ones and Halloween. It's got some eyeballs on it. Some
eyeballs for Halloween.
And then just plain ones. So, yeah.
Super cool. But, like I said, we really appreciate you guys and the support you bring to our business. It's really cool to see, the pictures of you guys wearing our merch, or, whether it's in your hometown or ours. Just the support there, and that's just a really cool thing.
Fun. It is.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So if you get a cardboard cutout, maybe I should start doing some more handwritten notes.
Maybe you should. Oh, something else. If you do order something from the Etsy shop and you're ordering it for someone else and it's a gift and you want me to write their name, because I always write, thank you or happy birthday or whatever. If you want that on there, just make a note on there and I can do my best to address it to the person you want to address to, or to include happy birthday or whatever.
So the Etsy platform offers that,
it says, you can send me a message in your purchase, note to seller, and just put it right there and I'll see it.
Yeah, so we'll try to make that as good as we can there, and because we do get a lot of that stuff, and like I said, that's a way for us to personalize more of these gifts, and
that's fun for me.
And that's an awesome thing. Like I said, it's really cool that you guys will reach out to us for that stuff, and we like to hear about the story too. We like to hear about mom, dad, grandpa, aunt, uncle, nephews, whatever that you're buying this stuff for, and it's a cool enough occasion to where you're getting our merchandise for them, and
for a gift. That's amazing. That's incredible. I will absolutely write happy birthday or happy anniversary or whatever.
Cool stuff. Gosh, what's next?
Well, do you want to talk about some news from the park, for the national park, Laurel Falls?
Yeah, go ahead.
Laurel Falls is a very, very popular trail. If you've hiked in the Smokies, you probably have hiked Laurel Falls.
Laurel Falls is awesome. We've been up there several times. I've had my mom and dad come down and we've hiked it. We've had your mom and dad, and
it's a fun trail. We've seen bears on that trail while you're hiking. The bears just walk around. They've had that trail closed since January of last year.
It's been a long time.
January of 2025, and it was supposed to reopen this summer. But I guess there's been some delays. They found something that was unstable.
That wasn't quite stable enough for the trail head that they wanted to address before it slid or
right. But now it won't open until sometime next year. So it's been delayed. It was supposed to have been closed for 18 months, but now it's going to be 24, 30 months, something like that.
Hey, listen, guys, you can't rush a good thing.
No, I'm sure it'll be amazing once they get it done.
I saw when they posted the delay, they did some sneak peek pictures of the waterfall area, and if you guys have never hiked back to that waterfall, it's a very peaceful place. So it looks like they've made it, very relaxing and very easy to really, get. And this has been important for us with the grandbaby.
Yes.
When we go hike these trails, we want a trail that's safe for her. We don't want to have to worry about, her falling off the side of a cliff or tripping over a root or it's a lot of things that we've learned this year on how much a very nice trail system is very important.
Are they paving it? It used to be paved.
I think they still are. It's supposed to be wheelchair.
Wow, accessible. That would be amazing. Because there are some inclines on it, but it wasn't anything that was horribly crazy or anything. But it was paved, from what I can recall.
Yeah. So if you've got someone that's very capable, and a lot of the chairs are motorized now, so the lithium batteries have come a long ways, and we see a lot of mobility chairs that are just absolutely awesome. So to have a trail system like that where you can get back to that waterfall in something like that.
I don't know what the end result on that is going to be, or what the end plan is. is, but it will have to be better than what it was, and it was already pretty nice.
They've widened parking. They've added a lot of new parking
they added
lots.
Like 50 spaces.
A bunch of new parking lots.
That's a lot of spaces there to add on that. So we're really looking forward to that. And if we hear any more updates, we'll
bring it to you guys. Yeah, because we try to do that, every week, especially if we've got Allura and we want to go, hike some of these new trails. And it's nice to have some that we can go and enjoy. It's nice to have those trails that are more safe for the grandkids or the elderly, grandma, grandpa that wants to come enjoy some of those trails with you. Because when you're coming to the Smokies, you're bringing the whole family, and it's not fair to not include the little niece, nephew, or grandma or grandpa or
the clumsy person.
It's just it's nice to have those safe trails, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I'm clumsy, and I'm the person who's always looking down at every single step. So it's nice to have a trail where you don't have to stare at the ground the whole time where you're taking every step, and be able to actually look at the scenery and enjoy your surroundings. And it would be nice to have another trail, because you kind of get tired of hiking the same trail. I don't think Allura minds hiking the same trail every week.
Yeah, she loves being outside. So
she does. She doesn't care, but we kind of get tired of hiking the same trail every week.
The Gatlinburg Trail is amazing, but if you're in a routine, you just get up in the morning. We've got a lot of people that I hear that just go. They get up in the morning and they go do the Gatlinburg Trail, and that's their morning routine exercise, and it's a great trail.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a great trail. If you're on these trails, I guess this is another subject. We were out the other day doing a tow on the Motor Nature Trail, and it was late night, just at dusk.
Yeah,
we were behind a fella that was kind of cruising a little bit slower than normal, and then we come upon a family that had a bear.
It was like a whole parking lot.
Had a bear out in the parking lot, and obviously they were too close. So I don't know what they were feeding it, but it
was eating something off the ground. We did not see them physically throw food out for it, but it was eating something off the ground out of the parking lot. So
it was not eating nuts and berries, I promise you that.
No.
We're trying to get in there to rescue a car that had went down, and it was luckily it made it off, but it was still kind of blocking a little bit.
Yeah.
But we were in there to try to rescue this car and get it loaded up and get it out of there for our customer. And we come upon this blockage. The guy in front of me, he had stopped, and there was 3 or 4 families that were all stopped and
out of their cars.
And they had this bear out in the parking lot, and they were trying to get close enough to it.
They were 10 feet away from it.
Yeah, to get their unique photo or video or whatever you might have there. But like I said, we were kind of in a hurry. We were just trying to get our job out of the way. So I pulled up, and of course the tow trucks all have extremely loud horns, emergency tone horns, and I gave that thing a toot and chased the bear off, and I got from the gal sitting in the end of the parking lot over there, "You effing jack wagon."
But it wasn't wagon.
and I understand. I do. I get it. I personally hit the horn and chased off their photo opportunity or video or whatever that they were trying to gather. So I was the bad guy in that situation.
Were you? Were you though?
I probably saved the bear's life.
Probably. This time anyway.
Probably saved a whole lot of possible. I mean, that bear is. We all have dogs. I hope a majority of us.
You've seen a dog.
If you, even the best, well-minded bear or dog, if you get in the way of its food,
it could be aggressive.
Still could cause a problem. So I can't even imagine a bear. We've got our little dog in there that is. You could do anything to this dog.
Anything.
He is the sweetest dog in the world, but if food is involved, I can still get a little bit of a growl out of him.
Yeah.
So, you got to keep that in mind on, this is a bear.
It's a wild animal. It has zero training, That thing can turn and run faster than you. It can climb a tree just with its claws. How sharp do its claws have to be? Like, think of like a cat's claws, how it can climb a tree.
To support a 400-pound...
up the side of a tree, how sharp do those claws need to be, and how big, and how easily do they go into things to climb something?
Yeah.
Its teeth, like, it rips things apart, and you want to be 10 feet away from it while it's eating and
hand feed it
to it. No.
We've seen a lot of that, here recently. If you guys monitor our social media platforms that are here in Gatlinburg, you always see, the guy, gal that's trying to pet the bear, and they're trying to encourage it with, it's just
trying to feed the bear,
I get it, I do. I'm sorry I ruined your photo opportunity, your video opportunity, but I could not stand around and watch that situation. That just wasn't something that needed to happen that day.
No.
So, but we do, and we've been out there before with LE and park rangers, and they have witnessed it while we were trying to load up vehicles. And I heard from a park ranger, hey, I understand you have a very loud horn on that tow truck. If after you guys get that car loaded, if you could just kind of sound that off to scare off the bear that's up around the corner up there, I'd really appreciate it.
It's best for the bear.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it ruins your vacation. I'm sorry if it ruins your video or your photo op or whatever, but it's what's best for the bear. The bear doesn't know what's best for it. The bear sees somebody there giving it food, and that's a horrible habit for the bear to get into. Because at some point in time, what if there's a little kid standing there with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that bear says, oh, you have food for me, and you haven't thrown it down fast enough, so I'm going to come and get it, and then now you've... Horrible situation.
I'd really enjoy a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now.
Sounds pretty good right about now, doesn't it?
God, you got through Laurel Falls, you got through...
The only thing we have is like technical talk. If you wanted to get into that, or if you want to save that for later, it has been a 30-minute podcast.
We're there already?
We're there already.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Les Kendrick cuts out some of your rambling. I don't know how much of this she cuts out.
But no, we appreciate you guys at home. Hopefully, let us know.
Do you want to talk about what we did today over the schools?
Oh, the schools. Yeah, we can end that on a good happy note there. These podcasts get out there regular. Sometimes they beat some of the regular footage by a few weeks because they're podcast stuff. But I want to say thank you again to the people that are sending the goodies, the toys, the school supplies is what I want to get into with this. I had some people send everything: pencils, notebooks, binders,
backpacks,
glue,
paper,
markers,
erasers.
We were able to put together all of that stuff and take it over to our local school system there in Gatlinburg. And you talked to the gal there in the...
They couldn't... There were backpacks, and the school can't take the backpacks because they have a clear mesh bag policy on that. So we took them over to the community center, thought maybe someone there could use those. And the community center said, we can't really do it, but... take them over to the library, because I think that would be the perfect place, and they would be able to get those into the hands of some kids that would use them. I said, that is a genius idea. Took them over to the library, and the lady there was just so thankful for those, because she said that she was having a school supply giveaway, and people from the surrounding county come, and they don't have that same rule, and there's kids that are homeschooled that come, so she was very excited to have those. So thank you so much for that, because she was really, really excited, and I think they'll get those to people who need them, can use them.
It's just really good. Growing up, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and it was always really cool to get some of that stuff, like we were talking about on the main channel. The Trapper Keeper, and
oh my gosh, and get a new one for the school year instead of using the one from last year.
Yeah, it's like if you were the kid, you had the most up to date Trapper Keeper and clicky pins, and so it goes a long ways. It really does. When you've got. It's hard enough. Like it was hard enough for me to get through and concentrate on just school itself. So if you didn't have everything that you needed, you just added to it. So you got to make sure these kiddos have their paper and their notebooks and their pencils and glue and markers and that's
fun things.
That's not something that they need to be worried about.
Right. It makes it exciting if you go and you're like, ooh, look at this brand new super sharp pencil. Like you could stab yourself. Go do that.
I know the gal there in the office. We set the bag of pencils down. She was like, ooh, I don't know what they do with these. I think they eat these pencils. I'm like, I don't know.
So funny.
Listen, everybody had the guy that ate pencils. I mean, that was just a thing.
There was a kid in my class that would eat the erasers off. He would like steal your pencil, then he'd just eat the eraser with a glue stick.
Yeah, it's nice to keep the schools stocked up. That way, when the little ones are having a shortage issue and they can just get there to the office and get themselves a brand new whatever
it is they need
and get right back on.
Thank you for that. And then someone else brought over a whole bunch of stuff like that and dropped it off at the lot for us yesterday.
Yeah,
so thank you.
I missed out on that. We're often out on the go, and it's sometimes super hard for us to get back over to the lot for one of the more important meetings like that.
Right.
So that's one that we did miss, and it's kind of a bummer because they did. Yeah, thank you.
Two great big bags just full of stuff.
School stuff.
Yes.
I'm sorry you got to go back to school so early. I really am. So all my kiddos out there, we were very lucky growing up. It was, sometimes
it was usually after Labor Day, so early September when we went
September
back.
That we got to get out for that. But this is early.
It is early. It's
early. So, but nevertheless, it's very important. It's very important for everything to happen there in the school. And sometimes, coming back a little early is beneficial because here in our area, we get so much crazy bad weather that there's times that our kids had missed weeks just because of snow and ice and those days build up. So if we can get a head start on it and they can get to where they can take advantage of those snow days, that's always a good thing.
Yes, it is.
But anyway,
I'm ready for some snow.
Yeah, it's been so crazy hot. So wherever you guys are in the world, I hope you're managing the heat because it's been brutal.
It has been.
It's been a 3-shirt day.
It's not too bad now. It's nice and cool. Got the evening air going on. It's not very humid, so
nighttime bugs.
It is nice, except for whatever is buzzing around over here that has been.
Well, you guys have missed out on the whippoorwill. Haven't heard it yet.
Didn't hear the whippoorwill. Maybe next time.
But we do appreciate you guys bringing us into the living room, and the Porch podcast has gotten way more traction than what we ever thought it would have.
A lot of fun.
If you guys are still interested in that, just let us know. If you guys comment down below and let us know what you want to know, then we'll try to put together that notebook full of questions and try to get you guys some of those answers.
Or at least what we think are the answers.
We'll do our best. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m. is the regular towing videos that you guys will probably want to see. If you want to see the rambling stuff, obviously we'll try to continue these Porch podcasts on Saturday. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Stick around, stay tuned. More coming your way.
Thank you.